Welcome to the Pursuit of Excellence, the official voice of the Douglas County School System. On Pursuit of Excellence, we're here and we're committed to bringing you news, information, and resources about the Douglas County School System. Whether you're a parent, guardian, student, fellow educator, or a valued member of this community, this podcast is for you. I'm your host, Portia Lake, Douglas County School System's Director of Public Information, and today we have some very valuable information to share with you about our strategic plan. Today, we are joined by Superintendent Trent North of the Douglas County School System. We're also joined by Pam Nail, who is the Assistant Superintendent of Student Services. Welcome, both of you, to the program.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
I'm so excited to have both of you here with us today. And Superintendent North, why don't you first tell us what a strategic plan is?
Well, first, I must say to hopefully some of the millennials that will listen to this podcast that I feel like a millennial. This is my first podcast. So thank you, Ms. Portia, for setting this up. A strategic plan is nothing but a roadmap. Every organization has to have structure. It has to have direction. And the strategic plan serves as Douglas County's roadmap for success. It drives our financial decisions. It drives our instructional decisions. It drives every decision that we make in Douglas County. It should originate or should derive from our strategic improvement plan.
And Ms. Dale, what is your definition of a strategic plan? How do you define it?
I would agree exactly with Mr. North. And in fact, when we did the original work with the current strategic plan, that was one of the visuals that we had. It was a road and it was a road map, and that's the way that we wanted all of the stakeholders to frame their thinking, was that we would look at our mission, our vision, and that the plan would drive us to getting to achieve the goals that we set.
And Mr. North, why do you think we need a strategic plan? What's the big deal?
Wow, that's a great question. And I take that to mean, what is the purpose of the strategic improvement plan? Everybody has an idea. I've never met an individual for lunch or at a baseball game or a football game who doesn't have an idea that they want to propose to the Douglas County school system. And while the idea may be good and it may have merits, if it doesn't align with the direction that the district is moving, it is just an idea. And so the strategic plan allows us to focus on what the citizens being led by the board, or what they have decided is important to Douglas County and the direction that Douglas County is going to go. If you don't have a strategic plan that you follow, you're going to always be chasing idea after idea after idea. And so it's important because it sets the purpose for the district.
Okay. And Ms. Nail, as long as you've been here, have we always had a strategic plan, or is this something that's happened in recent years?
Well, I think that the system has had a strategic plan in name, but I would say the plan that was developed in 2015 for the years 2016 through 19 was a plan that was truly developed by the voice of all stakeholders, to include teachers, administrators, parents, students, community members. So I would say that from the years that I've been in the system that I've had involvement, it wasn't until then that we had a formalized process for developing this plan.
Okay. And so we've established that we do have one, and it's a big component of all the hard work that we do as well as our success. What makes our strategic plan so different than every other school system? Why is it so important for our teachers, our administrators?
I wouldn't say that our strategic plan is better than another school district. Mm-hmm. Every district school improvement plan should be a reflection of the wishes of its community. And so the hope is that the community participated in the strategic improvement plan, because if you can get support and buy-in and they participate in the process, more than likely they're going to be supportive of the school system, supportive of the plan, and you're having to defend less decisions. Sometimes parents become frustrated because they may not particularly like the way the district is going. If the school improvement plan is done thoroughly and parents are allowed to participate, you should minimize the frustration or distrust within a school system.
And this strategic plan is available to the public so that you can log on and see it at any time. You can find it by logging on to DCSSGA and clicking on the About tab. And there you will find our detailed strategic plan. It's an 8-page plan, and it's anchored by our mission as well as our vision and our beliefs. Are there any other components of that plan that we should know about?
I think the most important things are the strategic goals. Well, we have strategic goals, and from that, then our focus areas are established. And we'll probably talk more about that, but it's teaching and learning, communication, community, and resources. And those were the 4 common themes that came out of the work of all of the stakeholders when the plan was originally developed. And so to me, that's the meat of it, and that's what makes it ours. And I think that's why our plan is special or most important, is because it's our plan. It's our community's plan, just like Mr.
It's specific
North said.
to us.
It is specific to us.
Okay.
While you may see common themes across education in the state and the nation, because we all have similar responsibilities, obligations, issues, and that kind of thing. But ours is specific to Douglas County.
Now, I know with this big strategic plan, everyone has a voice. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that? Would you like to elaborate?
So I can speak to what we did in the past to develop this plan, and then we can also, Mr. North and I can share our plans for our upcoming work to revise the plan. So as I stated earlier, the original development of this existing plan began in 2015 for a 2016-2019 plan. And what I want to make sure is very clear is that plan really hasn't been deviated from. Mr. North came in as superintendent during that time of the plan, and we took that plan and we've continued to maintain the focus that was established. We've made minor revisions, as that is something that you would expect to be done yearly. And then that plan was through 2019. We knew we wanted to go back out to the community to update this plan. So the plan we operate on this year is a 1-year plan. But in the process to develop it, we held stakeholder meetings of students. We brought students in. We had parents come in, community members, teachers come in. We did stakeholder surveys. We held a number of opportunities for people to weigh in and to give a voice in the plan. And it was all pulled together and organized and shared with the board, for them, of course, because it's the plan that drives the work that we do. Mm-hmm. But the community also had an opportunity to attend those meetings and give input. And our plan is to follow something very similar and give those same stakeholders the opportunity to have a voice in this upcoming plan.
Okay, so everybody has a voice in this plan. So what does this mean now that we have this plan in place, and you say the community has spoken, we've also reached out to the administrators to be involved in this plan. What does that mean for the general public? What does that mean for the parents?
I think sometimes the community, there's the perception that the strategic improvement plan belongs to the district or belongs to the board, and that's just not accurate. The strategic improvement plan, it is our strategic plan. It belongs to everyone. If you are a citizen or a resident of Douglas County and you have students that are attending, or if you're a taxpayer, the strategic improvement plan that the board adopts belongs to you. It keeps us connected to our shared goals so that everyone has a voice in the strategic plan. It's been created for anyone, committed to an exceptional education experience in the Douglas County school system. If you're a parent and you want to truly engage in the Douglas County school system and you think that we're not doing something correctly, if I was giving a parent advice, I would say look at the strategic improvement plan. And when you're meeting with the superintendent or an area executive, and I would say, in your plan, here's what you said you were going to do. Share with me how you are accomplishing that. Or look at it and say, I'm concerned I'm seeing this throughout the district, but your plan doesn't address it. What are your plans for addressing it? And so it is all of our documents, and it's important that we all own it together.
So this strategic plan is for everyone, not just the parents. It's not just for the teachers and the administrators. Everybody in the community has a stake in this plan, and they should be familiar with it, even if you don't have children in our school system at this moment, or even if you don't have children at all. It's something I believe everybody should be involved with and connected with. Now, once everybody views this strategic plan, how can they get involved?
Involved in helping follow out the plan,
and support it.
Support it. I think the biggest way is from our strategic plan, the schools follow that to develop their specific school improvement plans. So I think as a parent, knowing what that plan is and what the goals are of the particular school, or if you're a partner with the school, knowing what their goals are, and participating in whatever parent organizations they may have, any events that they have to help achieve those goals. And I mean, one way that all people can support is to just be involved and on a regular basis, be able to provide feedback to the school to help them achieve the improvement that they've set forth in their plans, their school improvement plans.
And Superintendent North, any final thoughts on what the public and the community, and of course our parents, can do to support us with this strategic plan?
You know, once again, I would just say that the plan is for everyone. Nothing would make me more excited than for parents to go to the website and download our strategic plan, look at it, hold me accountable as your superintendent, hold my staff accountable for what you perceive as being the strengths within the plan, and provide feedback as to where you think we need to improve. You know, sometimes I will have parents who want to give direction as to what we should be doing, but the direction they're providing may already be included in our strategic improvement plan. And so I think that the best way they can be supportive is to read the plan and try to understand their plan. We put a lot of effort into it to try to not make it complicated. While we know that we have brilliant parents, we don't want them having to guess what the plan is about. We want them to be able to read it, understand it, and to be able to share it, feeling confident about it. And so we want them to support our strategic plan. We want them to be a part of the next strategic plans generation. And so it's important for them to just believe in the plan and to be supportive.
Okay, and that involves not just the community, but we want our teachers and, of course, our administrators, everybody in the community to throw themselves behind this plan. And Ms. Nail, any final thoughts?
Well, one thing that I think about when we look at our strategic plan, communication is one of our focus areas, and we all know that the key to success in life, period, can be in our personal lives, professional lives, is communication. So we have identified that as a focus area, and we have said certain, action steps that we're going to do. And so, when I look at that, we're increasing and improving consistent utilization of social media. And, I think one thing, as Mr. North said, is, if our stakeholders see that we're not updating social media, and that's how they've been relying on keeping up with what's going on in the school system, we need to know about that.
And we need to address it.
We need to address it. The automated calling, schools use the automated calling. We use it at the district level. But if, a parent says, I haven't heard from my school in, 4 weeks, I don't know what's going on, unless we know about that, we can't make adjustments. So looking at that, that's just an example to me how specifically as a parent or somebody in the community who's keeping up with what's going on can hold us accountable by watching that and seeing whether or not we're doing that, and if we're not, letting us know.
Mm-hmm. And again, this roadmap, it is available for viewing for everyone, and you can find that by logging on to www.dcssga.org and clicking on the About tab, and that will take you right to the link so that you can download your own copy of the strategic plan. Thank you so much for joining us today for Pursuit of Excellence. I am Portia Lake. If you have any questions or concerns or even suggestions for a next topic, you can reach us by logging on to dcssga.org or by calling 770-651-2000, or you may email me, Portia Lake, at portia.lake@dcssga.org. We'll see you next time.